How's it going, everybody? This is Novakast back with another video for you guys. And every once in a while, I want to do a freaking movie review. I want to get back to doing that because those were a lot of fun for the most part. I may go on a tangent sometimes, but you know what? I want to get back to doing this. Now, this particular one, this particular movie, I begin with this. I guess, you know what? Actually, if anything, right off the bat, we're going to be talking about Godzilla 2000. Now, why are we talking about Godzilla 2000? For one, this was my introduction to the monster movie type films. You know, the giant monster movie type films. And it actually was around for a time in my life that honestly was as my phone goes off, but honestly, for a time where my life was not the best growing up, and I really appreciate it for what it is. For those who don't know, Godzilla, giant lizard monster that destroys Tokyo. On and off. That is the basic premise. I do want to check out some of the other, the older Godzilla movies down the line, but for now, we are talking about Godzilla 2000. It is near and dear to my heart, and it is, I will say, for me at least, it's a somewhat enjoyable film. It's directed, looking at IMDb, it was directed by Takeo Kawaru. Hopefully I said that correctly. If I didn't, please let me know. And I will, make an apology for screwing that up. We also have the writers, Hiroshi Kashiwabara, I think that's how it is. Wataru Umura, and Takeo Okawara. So, it stars Takehiro Morata, Hiroshi Abe, and Naomi Nishida. Just to name a few. I guess the basic premise for this movie is there's some people, especially with Godzilla, there are certain people that want to destroy Godzilla. There's some people who actually want to study Godzilla, and we're kind of made clear of that with two groups that are in some way researching Godzilla and researching ways to destroy him. At some point, one of the factions, or scientific factions, or military factions, I should say, comes across a object in the ocean that may have the potential for unlimited energy. It turns out that this thing is more than that, so to speak. And everything kind of follows up after that. And with this movie, I'm gonna say a lot of it's very practical because this was made in 1999, and with a lot of the monster movies, you have people in the suits, the Godzilla suit, using a lot of models, a lot of which I'm gonna say this in terms of that kind of film, I really appreciate, because in terms of, I've always had this notion that if in terms of movies, what you can bring to life, in terms of costume and creativity, if it looks like it's physically there, then I would assume that it would be there, or so to speak, or it almost seems like it would be more real in terms of just CGIing everything and looking at hand puppets for so on. But either way, everything looked very practical. It looked nice for what it is. Especially again with it being a 1999 movie. Um, I will say that I did watch this twice, and I'll explain why. Um, Watched one originally because originally when I was younger, I watched it as the dub and watched it as the initial Japanese dub. Um, I'm just gonna say there was a period of time where English dubs for movies was not that great, and I will say there are points in this film where the English dub I would say is not the best, so to speak, in terms of speaking. Some of it kind of feels very awkward. But I will say, watching it in English, or not English, but Japanese, it sounds a lot better. And now that I think about it, movies like this, I might as well just watch it in the Japanese dub and subtitle, because it, like I said, it sounded a lot better, and it sounded more organic, so to speak. Um, but above all, I did really enjoy this. Um, all in all, if I were to, say anything else about this film, it's that you know what? It was for being my first Godzilla movie back in the day, and then like kind of coming back to rewatch it. It's I would say it almost still holds up for what it is. It was a lot of fun to watch and a lot of fun to like kind of revisit. So I would say for those who have not seen it, go check it out. Go check it out. And even going as far as like going ahead and you guys watching both the dub and then also watching the Japanese dub. And get your guys' opinions of what is better in your what you would feel would be in your opinion better. So, all right. I don't think I have anything else I need to add on to my review. Only that, yeah, just for the hell of it, go watch it. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this movie. Me personally. And let's go ahead and get on to the spoiler section. Okay, spoilers. Yeah. So, like I said before, I guess to start us off, we have a group of people that are studying Godzilla, and at the same time, they are also trying to get pictures. I guess this reporter's trying to get pictures of Godzilla, and they are um like trying to keep like I kind of keep an eye on him as he's on and off going through destroying the city. And then we have this, I want to say, science military faction that's um trying everything they can to destroy Godzilla. Um and upon, the most recent attack from Godzilla, there is this situation where the scientists on the military side come across a object under the ocean or in the ocean, and it's they basically lift it from the bottom of the ocean, and it seems to absorb energy. And I don't think I'm gonna have to take too long to discuss this movie, because it's I want to say it's as good as it is. Now thinking about it, it is very, very simple. A very simple story. Um, this object is lifted out in the ocean. Godzilla attacks, and all of a sudden, this thing starts to be drawn to Godzilla. This thing has power of its own, and it seems like this object, this thing, is alive, and proceeds to attack Godzilla. Godzilla disappears for a bit, and the scientists try to you know, do a little bit of research, or like find, at the very least, find skin samples of Godzilla to experiment and find out that it has a very, very rapid regenerative process, and call it Regenerator G1. Apparently, the object that that the military found now wants to destroy this object because it seems like it has a mind of its own. Sure enough, we find out more so it does. And following on, it also apparently can tap into the any electronic that it needs to, and it starts trying to research Godzilla. And we find out that it wants to, one, take, like, I guess, for the most part, consume Godzilla's energy, become Godzilla, and possibly take over the world, so to speak. Again, as it's kind of mentioned in the dub, that it wants to take over the world. But in reality, like, looking at this, for all we know, the monster could have been like, "Hey, no, I just want to be friends," like, you know, this and that. But whatever. So we now have a new monster, which I think was called Orko, if I remember correctly. They don't really give it a name. For during the movie, as far as I can tell, they don't give that thing a movie or give that thing a name. So they find out, like, getting towards the end, Godzilla shows back up. This object attacks Godzilla, absorbs some of its DNA, and basically is able to create a body for itself, creating something that's alien but also kind of looks like Godzilla. And we have this epic battle between the alien and Godzilla, with at one point the alien trying to consume Godzilla, only for it then to be blown away by Godzilla's radioactive breath. And towards the very end, one of the scientists that was, I want to say, for the most part, a kind of jerk off towards the entire movie, inevitably ends up getting killed by Godzilla after Godzilla beat the alien. And the movie kind of ends from there. And I would probably guess that how I'm describing it doesn't sound that great, but trust me, for a movie from this movie from 1999, it was actually entertaining. Again, if you're into the monster movies, this is something you gotta check out. So, alrighty. I don't think I have anything else I need to add. I went through. I think I did, for the most part. I've tried to go through and make a quick, like, synopsis of, in spoilers, in terms of what happens in Godzilla. Again, really good movie. I absolutely enjoy it. This is one that will be, again, it's kind of near and dear to my heart, and I'm looking forward to maybe checking out some of the other ones. But for now, I am going to go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you guys can, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care, and I'll see you guys next video.